Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today I'm going to get my car back, but it's an hour walk because yesterday I was drunk, hammered, whatever you call it, and I could not drive, so they dropped me off at home. So now I got to get my car back, but it's very hot today. It's no cloud in the sky. It's very hot. I'm not really a summer person, but well, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. So during this walk, I had this idea about making a video on how to survive in an everyday situation, like when I made a video about this already, about how to survive in extreme heat circumstances, but it's also handy for everyday scenarios. Why? Because in everyday scenarios it could be the small things actually, so you don't gotta be that extreme. So yeah, so how we're going to deal with this? Yeah, wait, I'm going to wait till these bikers pass. So yeah, I'm back. So yeah, I don't like when I'm filming myself in public and people watch me. So yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, and so everyday scenario. So with few small things you can prevent sunburn, heat stroke, or just dehydration in most dire situations, because it's usually during a heat wave. It's often um, underestimated how potential danger it could be. Every year, hundreds of people die just in everyday life because they got a heat stroke. Although it's mostly elderly people, but it could be people of all ages, because it could be very well dependent on certain factors like age, if you're a male, female, if you're old, young, whether you have certain physical conditions. So here are a few small tips that you can do to help you through everyday carry during a heat wave. So first thing, as you can see, I wear something, when the sun is full, I wear this vest with my hood on. Why? Because it will cover my whole body, so sunburns will not be that problem. But you would think that should be hot, because a lot of people during a heat wave walk around in as less clothing as possible. But there is a reason why people in deserts are not walking around in bikinis and swimsuits. That's because, yeah, it's better to wear something that covers you than not. Not only because of sunburns by direct sunlight, but also because clothing will stick to your skin. You will start to sweat, and that sweat will get into the clothing, and the clothing will keep your skin wet and by the sweat. So that's actually how you lose less water during a heat wave, and it will help you cool off even more, because the sweat, that is actually the natural way of the body to cool off, will keep your skin in cooling. So that's another thing. So always wear something like this that will cover your whole body. As you can see, I would rather wear my kilt today, but yeah, today is not the day. But yeah, yeah. Well, to be honest, I would rather wear a kilt, but I could not do it today because of certain reasons. And yeah, wear sunglasses to protect your eyes against UV, because if you're going to do a long walk like this, especially when the sun is how do we say this, radiating heat, sunbeams onto the road directly into your eyes. Even if you look down and not directly in the sun, those reflections could still hurt your eyes if you're walking on a concrete road. So that's also something that you need to be aware of. Wear a hat like cap that will protect your face against the sun, especially when it's high up like today. So that's another thing you can do. So another important things I would say is I always carry my everyday bag. So I always carry some water with me. That's not matter winter, summer. I always carry at least my field bottle with water, in case when you start to dehydrate. I know also have a little bit money, so if you're like in a city and it's very hot and you're very thirsty, you could at least pay for some drinks by a vendor machine or by some other people or a store, but always carry your own water bottle. And to be honest, I always carry it in a metal water bottle. Why? Because if you go into a store and they see that you have a plastic water bottle, they could assume that you stole it. So to prevent some legal trouble or some discussions, you could always have a personalized water bottle. In this case, it's my metal German an army water bottle, so that there is no discussion that I would have stolen a water bottle. Another thing is a shamak. Always have a shamak with you, because even if you don't have clothing on like this that will cover your whole body, if the need arises, you can use the shamak. I made a video about this, how it could protect you. You could wear it around your head and protect your head against sunbeams. You can make it wet, put it around your neck to keep your body cooler. Yeah, that's all. Those are the several ways that you can cool with a shamak. Another thing is coconut oil. I always carry some coconut oil in my EDC, so that I use as a sunscreen. You can also use regular sunscreen and keep it in your bag. But yet again, the problem arises if you go into a store with an EDC like me. The store managers or some personnel could ask you if they can look into your bag. It's in some stores it's policy, and if they see that you have sunscreen and they sell sunscreen, that could lead to some discussions. So yet again, I prefer coconut oil that I have in a personalized bottle to keep away discussions that way. And for the rest of the EDC, I would say drink regularly, take some shade like me under a tree right now to rest out, to dry a little bit. And another thing that I would advise is do not use deodorants. Why? Because deodorants actually stop you from sweating, and you just need to sweat. It's hot, you're going to sweat anyway, and deodorant could be very problematic. Even the same thing with perfumes, those are based on alcohol, and yeah, the problem could be that it will evaporate and dry out your skin, and that will prevent you from sweating. So that's another problem that could arise. So I'm going now, so thank you for watching, see you in the next video, cheers.